Hello everyone, welcome to the Tellow Family Kitchen. For today's season finale, we have a classic Mediterranean style dessert on tap. We're going to be making baklava, which is a very sweet dessert made with phyllo dough. Now back in the past, my grandma used to actually make her own phyllo dough, but that's part of a process. The other parts you need are a filling with some kind of nuts like pistachios, walnuts, or almonds, and the syrup, which we'll make later. But the first thing we'll do, I'm going to be using pistachios today. This is half a cup unsalted pistachios. We'll get them in our grinder to break them down. We'll get some of these in here. After repeating that a few times, this is what the pistachios now look like for the filling. Now that the pistachio filling is done, it's time to melt our butter. We're going to be using 2 sticks of unsalted butter. So it shouldn't take too long for the butter to melt, and then we'll be ready to prepare the phyllo dough. Now that the butter's melted, we'll start to coat the inside of our pan with some of it. I want to just make sure to get the sides and the bottom coated with butter. Now that we have the pan buttered, we're going to start working on our phyllo dough. Basically what we're going to do is 1 layer of phyllo dough into the pan, brush it with butter. Another layer of phyllo dough, brush it with butter, and so on. This phyllo dough is very thin. I took it out of the freezer and put it in the refrigerator about 12 hours before we were going to make it. We'll put it in our pan like this. And then we'll start brushing it with butter. And we'll just keep repeating that. We have 17 sheets of phyllo dough, so I'm going to do about 8 or 9 sheets. Then we'll put the pistachio filling in, and then we'll do more sheets. We're just repeating a layer of phyllo dough, butter, layer of phyllo dough, butter. Now that we have about 10 layers of phyllo dough down, we'll add our pistachio filling. We'll just sprinkle some here. Get that layer covered. We're not going to use all of the pistachio filling because we'll leave some and sprinkle it on the top of the baklava once we finish with it in the oven. Ultimately, this is what we would like it to look like. Then back to more phyllo dough and butter. Now that we have all the layers covered with butter, we'll cut it before we put it in the oven. I'm going to cut it down into about 4 pieces lengthwise. About like that. You can also even make diamond shaped pieces. Whatever style you like. A lot of times some people might even use walnuts or almonds with this recipe. So there's many different ways to make baklava. Once we have them cut like this, I preheated the oven to 275 and we'll put them in for 50 to 60 minutes. Now with the baklava in the oven, we'll make our syrup. To this we're going to add sugar, water, rose water, and a dash of lemon. So we're going to start with 1.5 cups of sugar. Pour that in. There's the other 1/2 cup. This is 3/4 cup of water. Put that in, rest of the water there, and then just, it says about 1 teaspoon of rose water. I'll add just about a dash like that, and the last thing, just a squeeze of lemon. Then we'll bring all the ingredients up to a boil, and then eventually let it cool. After the syrup starts boiling for about 5 minutes, then you can turn it off and let it cool while we wait for the baklava to cook in the oven. So after about an hour in the oven, the baklava is done. Now we'll get the syrup on it. As you can see, it looks pretty good, nice and golden brown. Then we'll take our syrup and then pour it right over the baklava. And for the final touch, we'll sprinkle some of our pistachio right on top here. And we'll give it a taste here. That is so rich, so smooth. You can really taste the butter and all the layers of the phyllo dough. And the syrup pairs perfectly with the pistachios. That is just awesome. Another great thing about baklava is it does not need to be refrigerated. You can leave it in an airtight container and it will last up to 2 weeks without refrigeration, if you can go that long without eating it. We've had such a great time here during the first season. Thanks so much to you guys for watching. Also wanted to say a big thank you to Mom for sharing a lot of her recipes. She also directed and ran camera for a lot of our episodes. Thanks so much to Mom for her help. And thanks again to you guys for watching. We've had a great time here during the first season. We're going to take a short summer break, but we'll be back in the fall with some new episodes and a new theme. Hope you join us around October. In the meantime, thanks so much for watching from the Tellow Family Kitchen, and we'll see you next time.